name is Etornam Wordy. I am a product of the University of Ghana. I'm also a Society for Human Resource Management certified senior professional, and I've been practicing HR for almost a decade now across HR consulting, education, fintech, and then in the staffing space. I've held several roles over the years in these spaces, and I currently lead the recruitment team for Jobberman Ghana. By the time I was leaving school, I didn't have a clear-cut idea of what it is that I wanted to do. But one of my mentors over these past 10 years, he inspired me to attempt this path. It's been bliss, even though it's had its own challenges. His insight, his guidance, and his direction was what really inspired me to attempt this path. One of the things that I'll say is a major breakthrough for this HR space is how that the function is viewed as a strategic one as against a tactical one. Another thing which is also major for us is how that there's been a lot of introduction of technology into the space. There's a lot of automation, self-service, etc. Another thing is being able to manage the hybrid work system, leveraging technology, communication, and other ways of making the hybrid system work. One of the things that we should be seeing as a future of work is how that a lot of roles will be automated. A lot of roles within the HR value chain will collapse. And so it's important to assume what we call specialization within each function. HR people will also be forced to leverage data for insight and decision making. Three things come to mind. The first one is tech savviness. The age is really fast-paced, and so your ability to be able to juggle the various tools that will be introduced or that will be required for your work is a necessity. So the new HR person should be someone who is at par with technological advancements. Secondly, it has become very necessary that you should be someone who understands the numbers, who understands data, and how to interpret the data and make very informed decisions based on the insights that you have gathered. Also, you should be able to master the skill of communication at very high levels. One of the misconceptions about the HR space is how that people think HR is just an admin or paper function, So it's one thing that people have come to realize now, that the function is more strategic than it is tactical. One other misconception is that, before, when you would interview, especially mid-level or entry-level HR people, why do you want this role? They'll tell you that, it's because I like people. But we've realized that liking people doesn't make you an astute HR person. You need to have an appreciation of anything that's happening in the business. So a very strong commercial awareness, business acumen, all those things come to play. Over the course of my career, I've received a number of them, but one of them that stands out for me right now is that being a leader is not to be in charge, but to take care of those in your charge. So of course, as a leader, you're expected to be in charge, but what really speaks to your leadership is your ability to influence people for good. So that's one thing that I have tried to uphold all through my career, keeping the leadership hat on, influencing the team and empowering them to be the best version of themselves. So job descriptions are designed to capture the specific persona you're looking to engage, right? And two of the key areas in the job description are the non-negotiables, which are the requirements, and also the role specifications, which are the things the person is expected to do. And so as a recruiter, when you're engaging, these are the two areas you're looking at: the person's technical ability to carry out the function, but then most importantly for me is how the person fits into the business, the culture, and how things happen generally within the business. So if you ask me, I would assess cultural fit at the same level as I will assess technical fit. Both are very important for me when I'm looking for the right person. So you hear some recruiters say for entry-level roles, they will say hire for the attitude and train for the skill. I think I like the sound of talent and strategy in the same sentence, because that's what you definitely need. When it comes to talent, you require a strategy. Without a strategy, your hiring efforts will be haphazard and not targeted. You find the right people who will leave you because you don't have a developmental plan, etc. So it's a comprehensive approach to getting talent and also being able to keep them. In terms of getting talent, one of the key strategies is to empower your team to be able to pipeline, particularly for people who are not actively searching for jobs. So how equipped are you and your team to reach out to and get responses from candidates who are not actively searching? So being able to pipeline is one of the key strategies that you require when it comes to talent acquisition. Once they have come through your doors, what are you doing? That's when your developmental plans kick in. That's when your employee experience strategies also kick in. Leading others stems from being able to lead yourself, and for me that's one of the places that the challenges stem from. If you are not someone who in the background, when no one is watching, is able to lead yourself, set yourself goals and objectives, attain them, you almost do not have any moral rights to have to expect the same from your team. So for me, leadership is one of the challenges, and specifically being able to anticipate challenges before they occur, so that once something happens within your team, you're not thrown in disarray, because your team is supposed to see you put together no matter the crisis you find yourself in, and then you would be in that level-headed space to manage the challenges that come. Years ago, there are certain opportunities that I shied away from because I felt I wasn't prepared for them. Someone said, if they ask you to do something, say yes and then go and find out how to do it. If I had applied that lesson some years ago, I think that I would have gone further than I have gone today. So I think that those opportunities that I passed up, I should have taken them. If I had to turn back the hands of time, I will run back and grab those opportunities. My heart beats for people development and growth. So outside of my mainstream work, I have this initiative that I call Growth Avenue. Over there, we look for people and we empower them to get into the workforce for those who do not have jobs. And then whilst you're there, how to rise through the ranks. We have started something online where we put out videos to just help people answer questions, etc. What's in the pipeline for that project is to take it out of the media. I mean, we'll continue that, but also to have actual in-person engagement with different groups of people, church groups, school groups, and any other groups of people that we find who will be interested in what we have to serve. So those are discussions that are underway.